My name is Gary Hale. I'm one of the coaches that work on the GB boxing programme. I've worked on this programme for a long time, since from England days really. Started off as a club coach in South East London with the Hollington and the Lynn, and then worked up to GB level.
So we have known each other for a very long time. How many years do you reckon?
Yeah, long time, Jackie. Yeah, long time. Obviously, seeing you on the circuit and see you progressing, and sort of embracing boxing, female boxing especially. So a long time.
So let's talk about this incredible fight. We are at, if people haven't worked out, we are at the press conference, the final press conference for Jonas Price, or Price Jonas, for the unification welterweight titles.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Wow. Firstly, that top table. You know, we were having a conversation off camera. It's not 6. There are 7 people on that top and bottom table that have come through the GB setup. That must make you proud.
Yeah, I think it does make, obviously it's the hard work of all the coaches, and as you well know, it stems from the clubs. Obviously the talent comes from the clubs, and then we're lucky enough to nurture it, and then to obviously be able to give them exposure to international boxing. I think that's the good thing with, like, you see these boxers who have reached the top, is they've been exposed to every style. So that's the unique sort of method of success really, is that there's no surprises in so when they come up against, like, fighting for a world title, it's they've seen that style before. It's very rarely they will come across a style that they've never seen if they box as an elite amateur.
What's interesting is Joe Gallagher had underlined, rubber stamped many times that he has done his research. What I find intriguing about this is that both gentlemen, and yourself of course, are very seasoned, very knowledgeable. It feels a little bit of the battle of the coaches also.
Yeah, I think obviously as a coach, it's your job, isn't it? It's your job to explore every avenue. That's obviously, I think, the point that Joe Gallagher was making, is it's your job to, if you can find an edge, if you can find a chink in the opponent's armour, you have to then go and work on that and try and exploit it. I mean, they're both so experienced. They're both at the top of their game. They're both fit. They're both motivated. They're both pride. They've got men's pride. Both of them. They come from similar backgrounds. They're from close-knit communities. They're really popular. They're really figureheads where they come from. So, yeah, I mean, it's an intriguing fight, isn't it?
I'll tell you what is intriguing as well. Just thinking about it, when you were talking, when you said about them coming from the same background, they were both good at football as well. I'm not sure, obviously, to what level that Tash was, but I know she's good at football, Lauren's good at football. It is literally like, this is what, for me, makes this so exciting. There are the grit that was mentioned, the determination, the will, all of that, both women possess, don't they?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that. I think also it just shows you with females in general, come from young girls, they have the opportunity to go and play football, to do sports that they never done before. I think we've all seen it. My daughter plays football. She has done from the age of 9. So she's an adult. She still plays. So I think it's just giving opportunities, isn't it? They both excelled at football. Lauren went on to have 50 odd caps for Wales. So she got to a high standard. She's multi-sport, multi-talented. I know Tasha went to a good level as well. So I think it just shows that they've channeled obviously their love of sport into boxing.
I absolutely adore both of these women. I really do. Obviously, I've got more of a relationship with Tash from being, a coach back in the day. Let's not talk about age. But age was mentioned. But do you also think that Lauren is the type of individual that it's not just her against Tasha, but it's her against her? Yeah, Lauren against Lauren?
I think, as Lauren said, is, she's looking for legacy. She's looking to, not be around for 1 or 2 years. She wants to go on, and we see Tash as she's 40 years of age, isn't she? I think Lauren, she's at the peak of her career now. She wants to go on for a long time. She wants to unify all the belts. She wants to take every opportunity that she can.
And let's talk very quickly about Caris Artingsol. Again, an absolutely cracking fight. Raven Chapman, ex-GB. Fantastic, but also they must have had little sessions together, so have a little bit of an insight.
Yeah, I mean, they know each other well. As you say, I think it was destiny that they were going to meet sooner or later. I think they'll both be, they're both looking forward to it. They'll both be confident, both of them. They both obviously train hard. They live their life. So I think both of them realise it's a good opportunity for them to push on. This obviously the British title's on the line as well, which is an added bonus for both of them. And I think it opens doors for them, doesn't it? Raven just fell short against Sky Nicholson, so she brings that bit of experience. Caris has obviously looked at that fight. She's seen things that she can possibly exploit, and so they both be confident in the fight. They both different styles, as they've both said. So it's got the good makings of a good fight.
It most definitely does have. It most definitely. Another one. I mean, literally, I can't. Obviously, I cannot wait for the main event, the co-event, but there's some absolutely tantalising fights on this card. Let's also talk about, finally, Cindy Nagamba. What a journey.
Yeah, Cindy, unbelievable. I mean, I think at one time she was walking around over 100 kilos in weight, so I think she found, obviously, sport. She found a hub in where she lives in Bolton. She found someone who would embrace her, someone who invited her in, someone who supported her. So I think she sort of is a great story in regards of what can be achieved. I think with drive, with ambition, and also, people who support you. That's the name of the game. And I think, we've obviously embraced that as well, and we've embraced Cindy, and we've given her support, and it's good to see her grown as a person as well as an athlete. And obviously she's achieved immense things, and I'm sure she'll go on to achieve even greater things in the pro game.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Listen, thank you so much for giving me your time. I will say also, because I do think sometimes the amateur coaches get overlooked when people turn over into the pros. These ladies and men wouldn't be able to do what they do without, obviously, people like yourself and the club coaches.
Yeah, and as I say, that's why I'm always quick to sort of mention the club coaches, because, you know yourself, the hours that you put in, voluntary, you're travelling all over the country. These shows wouldn't happen without the foundation of the club coaches. So, they're unbelievable. They sacrifice, sometimes their own, children, sometimes, and their families, because of the commitments and the love and desire to sort of help boxers. And so, yeah, the club coaches are an unbelievable job.
Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you, Jackie.
Good luck Saturday.
Thanks a lot.